Hello again, and today we have topics from Eminem's latest interview with Lil Wayne, someone who just like Eminem is from the 90s era, who dropped an album in 2020 that went #1. There's not many from the 90s that can do that, and this was pretty much a GOAT conversation between the two. And we'll be touching on some highlights from the interview in this one for those who missed it, and there's more topics apart from Wayne and Eminem to be covered at the latter part of the video, so stick around. As always, hit the subscribe button if you're new, hit the like button if this is up your street, and find me on social media at ETLifestyle_web. So Wayne tweeted that we should be ready for some real GOAT talk on Young Money Radio with a special guest Eminem, and Eminem was in his element speaking with Wayne, probably his most relaxed and chatty interview in years. And like we've come to expect, most of the time Eminem would rather praise others than take a compliment. And one of the major highlights from this was Wayne and Eminem stating that they both Google their own lyrics to make sure they are not repeating themselves when writing. And this point has caused a bit of reaction because these two have been doing it for so long in the game that now it's a necessity to make sure you're not repeating a bar when writing. And the way Twitter users have reacted to this is glorious. One user states, "You hear people who barely been around recycling the same old lyrics over and over again." And this point was repeated in several forms based on how people have reacted so far. Another user states, "You got rappers who've been in the game a year that keep using the same signature lyrics over and over. And notice how it seems like people constantly need a reminder from the greats to show appreciation for their longevity. Many rappers debut and 2 years later, even their core fans begin to turn on them because of recycled lyrics and flow. But Eminem dropped an album in 2020 that some like Royce believe is his best since Recovery. It's crazy."
I thought that M's last album was the best, most complete M album in a minute. What were your thoughts on it?
I say since Recovery. Yep, since Recovery.
Eminem's charity works usually go unnoticed, and in this interview we find out that he donated $250,000 to Wayne's charity. And in regards to my last video about Kid Cudi tweeting at Eminem, Lil Wayne brought it to Eminem's attention that Cudi sent him a tweet, and as you'd expect, Eminem was unaware of this. Wayne referred to Eminem as a fellow GOAT, and Eminem topped this compliment in the interview by referring to Wayne's Mona Lisa verse as one of the top 5 best verses in hip-hop. Now, the likes of El Jamal will say blacks don't listen to Eminem despite knowing the entire lyrics to Stepdad. Wonder what color that makes him. But jokes aside, Lil Wayne is a fan of Ken Kniff, and here's how that went down.
Real artist. Can I question, is Ken Kniff, he's still alive?
Ken Kniff, yo, man, I forgot about Ken. I gotta bring Ken back, man. Where's Ken at?
So those were some highlights from the interview. Feel free to add more in the comment section, and we're off to other points in the video. And I'll touch on something briefly before we move on. You know how 6ix9ine and 50 Cent used to be close before the case? It seems 6ix9ine was a sponge at that time, soaking up all the tricks to become a master troll. And he's been trolling to another level, breaking platforms like Instagram and YouTube's comment section. I've been getting entertained witnessing people get pissed off like they didn't contribute to water down the genre to what it's become today. Now they can't deal with a monster they created, and I find it hilarious. Moving on, just like Eminem, who currently has the record for consecutive #1 albums in the United States, Drake was close behind just like Kanye West. In 2019, Drake made it 9 #1 entries in a row, and with his latest release, he was on track to equal Eminem's record and surpass Kanye thanks to several side projects despite releasing only 5 studio albums so far. And according to the latest report, Drake's run to get 10 #1s has been halted by a country artist, Kenny Chesney. When the competition was on, we got comments like this: "Drake is still gonna win no matter how hard y'all try, just like many expected." But that didn't pan out, and the report states Drake ends a decade-long streak of #1 album debuts in the United States. He had sent 9 new projects in a row to the top spot, and pop fans are kind of celebrating because Drake's Scorpion blocked Ariana Grande's Dangerous Woman from getting the #1 spot. I don't get the correlation because Kenny Chesney is no pop artist, but oh well. Just like that, a #1 streak has ended despite having a #1 song, Tootsie Slide. And if you didn't know, Eminem has songwriting credits on this latest Drake project. So that will be all for today. What do you think about Eminem and Wayne's interview? Some think it's the best interview in a while. Share your thoughts below in the comments section and see you on the next one.